Hello and welcome everybody to a one of our week one matches for the Born to Be Wild listener series. My name is Nate Wolf. I'm one of the hosts of Born to Be Wild. I'm just hanging out with Hydralisk tonight. We just finished up recording the show, and we are going to be casting Mike's match. It's going to be Blakarot versus SwarmTides, so it should be a lot of fun tonight. Hydra, how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I can't wait for this. I'm really stoked. This season 2 is looking up to be really, really awesome. I love all the rules and everything, and these are two great competitors. Just stoked to be here and watch this.
It should be a lot of fun. All right, getting into it. So you guys are aware of what the rules are. We're doing a different kind of format for this season. This format rather is called Last Hero Standing. So here's how it works if you guys aren't familiar. Both players start by choosing 3 different decks, so it's a bring 4, ban 1. Each person, you can only have one class each, so it's a total of 3 different classes, so you can't bring the same class. Each player chooses a deck to start with. That choice is hidden from their opponent. Combat then proceeds as normal. And then what makes this different from the normal conquest type is that once a deck that is defeated, it's eliminated. You can't play it again, and then they choose the next deck. Any deck that's victorious remains on the board, and you have to keep using that deck until you lose with it. So it's a little bit different. The victor of the entire match is the one who eliminates all 3 of their opponent's decks. Something else that we're doing here is that each week has special rules. So week 1 is Dragon Week. And so here are the rules for these matchups, because you guys watching will realize these are some interesting decks. Why in the world are these players putting these cards in their decks? And so here are the rules. Each deck must contain at least 15 minions. All of the minions this week must be dragon type minions. Any spells that go in the deck must be even cost spells. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Odd cost spells are banned. Weapons and hero cards are allowed. So this should be interesting. It forces a little bit of deck building prowess, and so we will jump into the decks that these guys are going to be playing. So first off, we're starting with Blakarot, looking at his deck. So he's got Shaman, Paladin, Warrior, and Priest, and SwarmTides banned his Warrior. So looking specifically, of course, they're all Dragon decks. I've got a Shaman deck. I've got some, I don't know. I look at this for the first time. Wind Fury is an interesting tech choice to me. I got some Lightning Bloom on the low end for the ramp, and then some healing spells mixed in. Paladin certainly is interesting. Looks like some First Day of School seems like a great card in that. And then this Dragon Priest over here, which of course Dragon Priest goes way back. Lots of Priest synergy here. And so, nothing is staring at me as whoa, that's crazy. I'm really excited to see these. I think Murazond in the Dragon Priest is going to be really interesting.
That card. I was wondering whether people were going to include it or not. It seems like it could, really go either way with that card. If you have it, I think it's just really, really fun to play. And we'll see if there's a great opportunity for that card to be dropped.
Yeah, I'm excited. And then let me switch over here to SwarmTides decks real quick. So he's running Druid, Priest, Hunter, and Paladin. And then Mike has banned his Druid deck. So looking over here at these lists, I do see in the Dragon Priest that I've got Divine Spirit and Topsy Turvy, and so it's like that Inner Fire Divine Spirit combo, but you can't use Inner Fire because it's a 1 cost. So it's a different way of going about that. It's really interesting.
That's really smart. I was a little disappointed myself when I was trying to make these. I could not do that combo, but this is a really good way around that.
Right? Yeah. I'm excited about that. I think this will be interesting. Looking at the Hunter, it's very, very aggressive statted Hunter deck, and there is definitely spell synergies and weapon synergies here for the Hunter. I see that he's running Zul'jin on the top, and so it'll replay cards. He's got Call of the Wild, he's gotten a Grand Slam, and it looks like some early game secrets, so that'll be really interesting. The last deck up here is Paladin, and of course Dragons, right? And First Day of School, Air Raid. He's got some buffs with Hand of Adal and some Librams, so this will be interesting. I'm excited to get these matches started and to see what these guys do.
Me too.
So, all right, I gave them the green light. They can get started on their first game whenever they are ready.
I'm curious to see what each contender decides to start with here.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this format is that bans are super important here because, if the opponent leads with a deck that is super strong, like they can just steamroll you. And and it's different, a little bit different than Conquest format where you have to win with everything, where you can really steamroll an opponent here. So this will be interesting. All right, starting off, so we've got SwarmTides playing his Inner Fire Dragon Priest, and Mike has got his Shaman here.
Still you annoy me. Greetings, outsider.
I'm excited to see this match because it's two kind of slower decks against each other. I know SwarmTides has definitely got a combo here. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for in Mike's deck. I know there's a lot of he's got a lot of removal and a lot of control here, so it seems like a control heavy Shaman. But what I've seen in earlier matches this week is that they're super aggressive, and then what we end up seeing is like the match is over in 2 minutes, and it's like, oh wow, okay. So I'm excited that this is going to take a little bit longer. I love the BM.
Yes.
The BM healing your opponent is pretty funny.
I love that. It's a classic for me when I play Priest. I've got to do it.
All right, yellow card gamer over here.
Yep. Like that Twilight Guardian. Oh, we got the Crimson Hothead comes down.
Interesting. Well, he forces Mike to respond to it, and so, look at this. He's right off the bat. He's got Divine Spirit in his hand, and so if this doesn't get removed, he's looking at a 312, right? Or actually, a 412.
412. Yes.
It's going to be very, very difficult to remove. Oh gosh, the Wind Fury might be clutch. I don't know. He took it.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there's definitely OTK potential if that thing doesn't die, and so I'm curious. What is Mike's response? Now he's got a lot of control here. This devolve is going to be pretty brutal.
Okay, but there's still a 2/6 body for now. That's a lot of health still.
Wow, this is interesting. Well, and there's a taunt now that SwarmTides is going to have to contend with. So, yeah, this is really interesting for me. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. I mean, there's definitely potential to clear the board with the what are these things? The Dustbreaker.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, board control is back.
Well, it actually makes sense because this 2/6, like if he can heal it, because the backside is so large, it works really well synergy with this this combo plan that he's trying to do. So it'll be interesting to see if Mike cues in on that and tries to take out the lower attack minion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's gonna play the weapon.
Interesting. All right, and it'll evolve.
Roll the dice.
And
What do we get? 4/4. Not the best 5-drop.
he can definitely get some value if he is able to drop more minions next turn and attack again. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Choosing not to clear. Nope. Might get the trade, yes.
Interesting.
Trade made so that another evolve can't happen.
Oh, so look at this. I mean, he's sitting on the combo. All he's waiting for is the Topsy-Turvy because he can double the health. Topsy-Turvy Wind Fury.
Ooh.
Is definitely the combo. He's missing one piece of it, and we'll see the top minion come down to protect that 4/8. I wouldn't be surprised if he got hexed, though. Oh, it looks like he may be playing Alex on it.
Okay, he's gonna clear it and put the 8/8 down. Is a possible play here.
I almost think he needs to. I'm not sure how familiar he is with his opponent's deck, but like, if he doesn't, it's getting scary already.
Yeah.
Time is short.
Just taking his time to think about it.
And the cycle of life
And he chooses to take out the taunt.
Interesting.
And what'll we get? Ooh.
Interesting.
And
That's a pretty good pull. Because at the end of the turn, what does it pull? A 10 cost minion? Oh, 6 cost. Random 6 cost minion, but that's some good value there.
He put taunt on it to protect the face.
Okay. Oh, I think Mike is baiting out. Like, SwarmTides doesn't know that Mike is sitting on this hex. And, it's just a matter of time before it gets used. And he's being very judicious. Like, he has not spent it yet. And
Yeah, he very well could have. And maybe he's waiting to for SwarmTides to sink a lot of cards, a lot of buffing cards into one minion.
yeah, the problem is that he's susceptible to an OTK. And, it's a risky move. Like, the longer you let that thing stay alive. That being said, he could give it Wind Fury right now and hit for 12. And,
Yeah.
you get
Then
him
you're
awfully
on-
close. I mean, I guess we'll see. Mike does have healing in his deck, though, so I guess we'll see what happens. Ooh, and we see the Wind Fury come down.
All right. Putting Mike under a lot of pressure here.
Oh, look at that
we got
devolve off the top.
Okay. Mike's got 9 mana. Looks like he's choosing to draw. Chooses the devolve.
Oh wow! Because of
Really?
the Kel'Thas. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. He could play an 8-mana spell for 1. With a lifesteal is going to heal him up for 9, right?
Yeah. Deal 3 damage to all minions. Lifesteal.
Whew.
such choices.
Okay.
Feels good. That feels good.
Wow. Wow.
Short.
All right.
Evasive Worm's going to come down to make a trade.
Well, yeah. See, if he can get the other minion down, he can clear the board, attack with the weapon, and he'll have 2 more like fully healed minions.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a very good turn. 2 6/6s come out of it.
Yeah, that really that was a really strong turn. SwarmTides is gonna have a difficult time recovering from this, I think.
That was a really good tempo changing flipping turn.
It really was. I thought he was toast, honestly, and yeah, that was a absolutely really good turn for Mike there.
His hand is dwindling. Only 2 cards left.
I wonder at what point do you go all in? Both of these players, they each have 3 cards in hand, but they're getting dangerously close to top decking. So
Yeah. Buffing that up, going in on the Dusk Breaker. It's going to make the trade and survive.
Wow. Well, it has a lot of health. So,
Yeah.
I mean...
He doesn't have a good way of... I mean, he can heal here with the Tidal Surge.
It's not going to kill it, though. Yeah.
No. It might get him far enough out of range.
I wonder if he just drops both dragons and just applies the pressure. I mean, we've seen SwarmTides use one power word death. So he's got one more hiding somewhere. Okay.
All right. So he brave move. He's got both dragons on board. No idea if StormTides has a way to clear that taunt.
Oof. Well, and that taunt is coming in clutch right now.
Yes.
So the question is, does he go all in on this dragon? I think he, I think he probably has to.
If he doesn't right now, Mike would be able to clear it.
Having it restore to full health at the end of the turn is pretty cool.
Oh, top deck the Hex. Oh no.
Wow. Whoa.
I don't know if there's going to be recovering from that.
I don't think he can recover from that. Oh my goodness. Wow.
I think that's good. Oh, and the topsy-turvy, John, now.
Oh, one turn too late. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a... Yeah, I think this is game over. I mean, he's got one turn left, but he need a full clear to make this work.
Does Reno Jackson count as a dragon?
only for lore. Wow, wow. Nah, I think this is GG's though. What an incredible game! I was not expecting to see. Like, I was looking at the shaman deck, asking myself, like, what is this? And wow. Okay.
Mike really played that well.
All right. Well, SwarmTides Priest is eliminated. So, yeah, very interesting matchup there. I like it. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that deck. I didn't know what I was looking at, and so, but he had spell damage. He had a bunch of healing, which we don't normally see from Shaman. So that was cool.
Well built and well played by Mike there. Now SwarmTides has a better idea of, like, you can look at someone else's deck list all you want, but once you really play against it, you get a better idea of what's going on and what something's capable of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So we'll see, and I'm curious which one SwarmTides will bring next. But yeah, all right, here we go. All right, so Mike is back with the victorious Shaman deck here, and we see SwarmTides with his Dragon Paladin. This one is the one that had the buff cards. So he's got some Librams in it, and Hand of Adal and some other buff cards. So
Mike with a full keep on the mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. He's got this early game tempo here. It's like, look at this, 2, 3, 4 right off the top. So
yep. In a deck building challenge like this, if you like, a lot of these decks lean towards a mid-range style when you have to include 15 minions. So if you can curve out, by all means do so. Oh, the taunt minion works out perfectly there for Mike. So that air raid was really, really nice for SwarmTides.
Yeah, I really like these decks. It's been fun to see, different people's takes on their decks and what they're going to look like. This Shaman, I think, is going to be pretty brutal against SwarmTides because of the hexes and the devolves, where SwarmTides deck is looking to buff the minions, and there's some Death Rattle minions, and all that stuff goes out the window with the devolve. So...
Ooh, invigorating sermon.
That's fun.
That's a really interesting card to include. That's
Yeah.
your Prince Keliseth.
Right? I actually like attacking into the amalgam here so that he can get the dragons back in hand. It makes sense to me. I mean, now he knows what he's playing against, right? And so if I know, oh gosh, I got to play around 2 devolves and 2 hexes, that's tricky.
Let's get those. Yeah, get those in hand as soon as possible.
Well, and the tricky part here is that, you know, at any given time, I think these matches are so tempo oriented that, like, you know, a lot of times it's like minion trading off against minion, and you know, whoever can pump out more often will win.
Mm-hmm.
The control choice of the shaman makes a lot of sense in hindsight. And look at this, he's saving. You saw him hovering over. He was considering devolving there, and he chose not to do it.
For more value, I suppose. Saving it for something like this, the evasive Fellwing is good because you can't target it, right? So,
right. All right.
It's a little bit more of a juicy devolve.
It is. It's interesting. The choice to go face, but I see that SwarmTides has Alexstrasza in hand, and so if he can get Mike down low enough, he can get 8 mana lethal out of nowhere.
Oh, that War Song Commander is a pretty big low roll.
That Rattling Rascal is so terrible. Oh my goodness, Mike is gonna get a free 5/5 skeleton out of it. Oh my goodness, that feels so bad.
Wow.
It is like quite possibly the worst 5 cost that he could have gotten, or 4 cost rather. Oof.
Sometimes that happens.
It do be like that sometimes.
It's gonna make the trade to get that 5/5. And the hex is gonna come down.
I'm kind of surprised to see it on a 2/3.
Oh, no, change his mind. It's Brightwing. Mike's just playing with us.
I was gonna say, it seems a little suspect to do it on a 2/3. I don't know. You might want to save it. He's got some big boys in this deck.
That didn't go as
These things have rush?
Apparently they do. Oh, it's because of the War Song Commander.
Oh, the War
right?
Song. That's what's going on. I'm like, what is happening here?
It's the War Song Commander. It's because we haven't seen it in play in such a long time.
I'm trying to figure out. I was hovering over Air Raid. I'm like, that card doesn't
Right?
rush. What is going on? War Song Commander OP, please nerf.
That's hilarious. It's actually a big board developed by SwarmTides. It sort of protects him from a devolve, at least in some regards. Like,
Because they're all just 1/1s. It's not the most ideal target for devolve. I love that exasperated sigh
yeah,
the Shaman Hero gives
that's
us.
pretty funny.
Oh my gosh. This
Interesting.
War Song Commander is just coming in clutch.
They're putting in a lot of work. Well, and he still got the game plan of, hey, if I can get Mike down to 8, it's over.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed when building my own decks is that these minions who are you can't target, really difficult to get rid of. I mean, you have to trade into them.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. That Warsaw Commander is too OP. Had to go. Oh, wow. So if Mike doesn't have any healing, so SwarmTides get him down to 8 right now and have lethal with Alex. Actually, he got lethal right now, right? Alex for 8 and then another 8 on the board. Oh, no. I'm off.
3.
Okay.
But
sorry.
Threatening lethal next turn.
Math is hard. But down to 4 out of nowhere. Yeah.
Traded one off just to possibly keep his 6-2 on board.
You know what we could see though? Mike may use his Dragon Queen or his Alexstrasza on himself for health. Will it will it be enough is the question.
So you can't kill the other Alexstrasza with it because it's got 9.
Mm-hmm.
What other options does Mike have? He has 2 hexes, but you can only target the one Alexstrasza. He has to clear the 6-2 somehow.
Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, even if he hexes, how does he how does he deal with the 6-2? He's got to kill. He could equip the weapon, attack into. Well, yeah, I don't see it.
Attack the what? He could attack. Oh no, because then he can't attack.
Yeah,
anymore.
Then he can't attack. I was gonna say if he attacks, it's gonna change his.
Unless he gets a charge or rush minion.
Oof, that's rough. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna have to use this draw Ancestor's Knowledge to draw a couple cards and see what he gets, or maybe he's just dead.
Oh, he's gonna taunt his own guy.
Wow. I think he's still got it. We see Hand of Adal and a Libram right here that he can use to clear. Yeah. Wow. Good game.
Nice try on that one, Mike. The feels bad hex your own guy for a taunt. That game goes to SwarmTides, so Mike's Shaman is eliminated.
Oh, and I need to double check that I've got the wrong. I put the wrong little icon up on the screen. Let me take a look at these off to the side and see where I went wrong. Oh, I put Hunter by mistake. Okay. Oh,
I see.
I'm just gonna exit out here, and we're gonna pretend that this is Shaman. Okay.
I will fight with honor.
My blade burns with holy fire.
All right, so Mike queues up the Paladin. So we have a Paladin on Paladin match here.
Prismatic Lens is interesting. You don't normally see that in like outside of Murloc decks.
Mm-hmm. Mike seems to have found a use for it, though. Bit of a slow hand for Mike. SwarmTides has a decent opening hand with the first day of school. Has the Air Raid, Bronze Herald, pretty good opening hand.
Yeah, it does seem pretty strong.
A couple of 1-drops here now. Fiery Bat. Mike just gonna open with the hero power.
These random one cost minions are interesting too. I kind of like the Air Raid just to start like developing the board. Like if he can protect the 2/1.
All right, well he's going to be coining out the Marsh Drake here and trading off to get rid of the poison minion.
Oh wow, that was a heads up play. I like that. I like that a lot.
The Fiery Bat made the final trade there too.
Yeah, I know that worked out really well. Chilma, by the way, in testing, Chilma is a very interesting pick for this challenge because you most certainly have dragons.
Yeah.
And so you know the Death Rattle is going to trigger.
Job's done.
All right. Well, like that prismatic lens kind of whiffed. See, I think what it is that Mike has got a bunch of low cost spells and a bunch of high cost dragons, so he's looking to pull out one of these larger dragons for cheap mana, but didn't work out for him this time. I guess the question is he going to rip it again? It's probably he probably is. He shouldn't do it. He should maybe this dragon consort come down. Yeah.
This way you can fight for the board now.
Yeah.
Before it runs away from him too much.
Yeah, and again, because the spells are so limited, like it's really a like a minion board centric deck here, or challenge here.
Light sings, and the impure fall.
SwarmTides has quite the board and is going to pressure face. He's got a bunch of taunts up, so let him apply the pressure and see if Mike can deal with it.
All right, I imagine probably Blessing a King so he can heal for more, but I don't know. If he had a taunt, this Luminance would be interesting, but I don't know. I suppose he can play the Blessing of Kings on something to clear that 5/7. Play it on his 3/2, and I mean that's what I would do. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Feels bad to have to trade into one of these 1/1s.
I mean it does, but unfortunately he's kind of backed into the wall here because SwarmTides is Scott lethal. If he's unable to clear at least the 5/7, so these two. I think hiding the bigger attack dragons behind these little 1/1 taunts is very heads up play for SwarmTides.
Options.
All right, well, he gave the Dragon Consort lifesteal so he could heal up to 18. Now we have 14 damage currently on board. And a Librum of Wisdom in hand. For +1/+1, so 15. Yeah. Now Mike does not get the heal due to the Divine Shield on the Evasive Worm.
That's an awfully large board. I don't think he's, it's just not enough. I mean, I think we'll see this Chilmaw come down. And actually, the Chilmaw clears the whole board, doesn't it? If Mike attacks into the 5/7 and drops the Chilmaw, it's a full clear.
Should I?
No, No. I think the 5/7 will still live. It'll have 1 health left, right?
You would have to trade in with the other minions, and the 5/7 should survive, and then could go face.
Yeah, it'll have 1 health left. I almost missed that.
And there's the Librum of Wisdom as well to buff it.
Ooh.
In hand.
I think he's got to. I don't know what other play there is. I don't see any AoE here.
Chose to play the prismatic lens.
Nope. Oh, life still? Maybe still in it. Maybe. Just not enough.
Nope. And this will go to SwarmTides. Mike's Paladin is eliminated.
Yep.
So he has Priest left, correct?
Correct. Yes, that is correct. All right, that was a good game though. It was going back and forth. I thought it could be anyone's game for a minute there. Those are some good matches though. I thought it was a lot of fun. I kind of wanted to see. I wanted to see the Chilmaw drop and see what was going to happen, but it wouldn't have been quite enough.
No, I think Mike could tell it probably wasn't enough, and opted out just to see what other outs he possibly could have had.
It's smart, right? You have to play to your outs, and that, I think, playing the prismatic lens, like, yeah, you see what you can get, and maybe you get something that'll save you. You get a taunt, or I think he was digging for lifesteal, and it's close. I mean, we saw him do some pretty incredible plays in that shaman match earlier. So I like that. Playing to your outs is smart. I like it. All right, here they're queuing up to the next game. And we've got Mike's Priest again versus SwarmTides Dragon Paladin.
I will fight with honor.
I foresaw this encounter.
Dragon Priest will always be a favorite archetype of mine.
Oh, 100%. It's so fun. I mean, I remember back in the day when we first, we first got the dragon support way back in like Blackrock Mountain, and Dragon Priest has slowly become a thing, like way over, over time, getting better and better. And
I think as soon as they gave Priest the Draconoid Operative, that was just like the final awesome card for that deck before most of it rotated out.
Secret Agent coming through.
Yeah. People were like, really? And I remember people wanted it nerfed, and it's like, it's only around for like 4 more months. Let's let it be, right? Like, just 4 months. Let them have Draconoid Operative. Let Dragon Priest shine.
You've got me fired up.
That was the deck. Like, I remember playing it way back when, and I think I had hit like rank 3, and I was like, what? I might do this. And like, I didn't hit Legend, but it was like, this is years ago, and I just was at like in awe at how powerful the deck was.
It may have been my first rank 5.
Nice.
It may have been. That, and around that era, the original Disco Zoo were my 2 go-tos, where I hit like rank 10 and rank 5 with for the very first time.
Now we're cooking.
Got the taunt activated. Now a 4/6. Gonna make a nice value trade on the 5/4.
Okay.
Take out as biggest one as you can. Gets a 2-for-1 with that minion.
Yeah, well, and spells are so limited in this format that like you can't afford to leave minions up, because you end up having no way to clear them.
For sure. Very board based. Mike chooses just to remove the lifesteal minion.
This is where we like the Murazond will come in clutch here, because we'll see SwarmTides develop a board out of nowhere, and we'll see the Murazond drop and just replay everything.
Reporting for duty.
Oh wow!
Now, if you play a Murazond, say SwarmTides went wide and buffed a couple minions, and then Mike plays Murazond, it plays all cards your opponent played last turn, but it doesn't necessarily mean it would play them. The buffs go in the right spot or anything, correct?
Yeah, I don't think so, but I don't know.
Because if you Blessing of Kings something, it could potentially Blessing of Kings a random minion. I've never actually used it for that reason. I've only used Murazond in was it Togwaggle?
Togwaggle, yeah. You used it to combo off, but like I've not used it. I've not used it in this fashion before. I mean, he's 1 turn away. I think Mike probably just makes the tempo play of getting out this big taunt dragon. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's a must kill the skeletal dragon, because it's just going to keep adding value for Mike.
Right.
Temporous. Probably not gonna play that one.
Wow.
That is definitely a random dragon. One day Temporous. You never know. Could have a day.
I've played it before, but it's always been like meme decks. Well, here we're gonna see my SwarmTides kill this the skeletal dragon. It's just too much of a threat. You can't leave it.
No. All right, and going wide with the small minions.
Wow, dude, those are some solid 1-drops.
The first day of school is such an amazing card. I really hope that's never a target for the nerfs. I enjoy that card.
I think we might see it go up to 1. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Not the right time or place, I suppose. You think we're going to see Murazon drop right now? Kind of think so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
All right.
So we got all the same minions, one of them being a rush minion.
Does not.
Which is...
You see it's missing the buff. That's interesting.
Didn't take the 5-1 out. Good choice. I wonder if he's deciding when he's going to use that Raised Dead that he has in hand.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like he might want to do it relatively soon while his health is still pretty high, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how SwarmTides is going to deal with the 8-8. He might have to... I mean, if he stalls a turn, he probably just use Alexstrasza on it, but... Alex is such a strong card in general, but in this matchup in particular, where your spells are so limited, I can definitely see it being used for spot removal as well.
Mm-hmm. That's a big boy.
Interesting. What 2 secret? What, he looks like he got 2 secrets? Oh, Desperate Measures and Eye for an Eye.
Eye for an Eye.
That'll
Eye for an Eye. That would be funny and lethal.
Oh my goodness. That'd be great.
What must I do?
And Desperate Measures is twin spell cast a random paladin secret, so you'll never know what you're gonna get with that. In such a limited format like this, the Desperate Measures could be really confusing to play around.
Mm-hmm. I almost wonder if Mike doesn't just go face with everything. Like, I don't know. Because the Dragon Queen is in his hand. I don't know. Maybe that's too risky. I mean, he can clear the 7-12 a couple different ways. Okay.
Looks like he's gonna trade into it.
That's one way of doing it. Alright. Well, it certainly puts SwarmTides in a weird position to now deal with these 2 8-8s. I almost wonder, I mean, this is super risky, but I almost wonder if he doesn't start dropping these random paladin secrets to try to get the 2-1 blocker, you know, or an eye for an eye, or the one that if it does 3 or more damage, it kills it. Like, what, you know, what else can you do here? I mean, I guess he can play Dragon Queen Alex to kill the 8-8, but like the Murazon kills it. Like, you talk about value trade, an 8-1 into an 8-8. So,
well, he has his Alexstrasza will be a 9-9.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So now the Blazing Battle Mage will have to attack in as well. Oh no, get away, Kodo.
Oh my gosh, what?
So Mike has chosen to go face. Gonna raise dead, and he has the runaway Blackwing for the even trade.
Dude, he'll play he's gonna play this Dragnaros here, and it's gonna kill the Alexstrasza. Whoa.
Yeah. That's an awesome turn right
what
there.
a play. Oh my goodness. Holy
Now that will go back into the hand there, so I guess the idea here is to go a little wide when Dragnaros is up.
well, he's got to do something. He's got to kill the 8-1. Otherwise, he's looking at lethal right now. So I
What does
don't...
he have? It's got to be a secret, like a get down or something.
Oh, he got taunt. It's after your opponent has at least 3 minions and plays another destroy it. So an eye for an eye on top of it. This will be interesting.
Especially if the eye for an eye ends up getting 8 or 9 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's possible.
Now the evasive worm could help make a good trade. Double a minion's health. You can make that Blackwing really difficult to kill.
Oof. What a minion to die. The Rush Divine Shield, that kind of hurts. But that, his 8-1 still, the 8-1 into a 5-7 is a really good value trade. And then
Unless he puts the... Yeah, he's going to Divine Spirit the 9/9. And he's going to test for Noble Sack, I think, here with the Blazing Battle Mage.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah. Then now he's still got 13 health, and then he's going to go face. Eye for an eye is going to, unfortunately, hit him for just as much damage.
Oh!
And the trade off with the Blackwing.
Okay, wow. All right. Wow. Well, I think keeping this runaway Blackwing alive is going to come in clutch because, SwarmTides, like, he can't play anything. It's going to die at the end of the turn. It's tricky unless he can remove it. I'm not quite sure what else he can do. He's got it. That 8-1 is putting in so much work because there's no spot removal in SwarmTide's deck right now.
No. I love the test for Noble Sack there by Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would have destroyed his 8-1.
I don't like this, but he's going to have to use it on the 8-1. Yeah. What other choice is there? And that was a very heads-up play of Mike keeping his this Dragnaros alive. I mean, and like out of range.
He's gonna search for something. We got Shadow Word.
Shadow Word Death. He doesn't even need it. That's the thing, He doesn't.
He can just go face.
Oh,
there we go.
wow.
Puts him down to 1, and unless SwarmTides can heal, that will be lethal next turn.
Yep. There's nothing you can do about it. I think he's just game over here. Well, there's that. Okay. Hey, he's playing to his outs. I like that. It's gonna be tricky. I think he just needs to go wide, like as wide as possible. Cause okay.
Well, Mike's just gonna play Alex Straza.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. No. Good point. Wow. Good games.
There's nothing that can be done. Very good games.
Yeah. All right. So SwarmTides Paladin is eliminated here.
2-2.
And so the final match is going to be. It's going to be SwarmTides Hunter. It looks like against Mike's Priest deck.
Wow. All right. The Hunter, I'm really looking forward to see how the Hunter performs here. Hunter does have a lot of good dragon cards, good synergies, and
Yeah, looking at his deck here, I mean, it's pretty aggressive too. I mean, and I think I'm looking at it now, he's got these secrets in the freezing trap and the pressure plate. I will see if it's enough to do the trick. Okay, they're queuing up here. I realize now I've got these, I see what I did here. I flipped the hunter and the shaman icons on the screen.
Oh yeah,
so that's the issue. So this should not be a shaman for SwarmTides. It should be a hunter. That's my mistake. This Rottennest Drake up here for SwarmTides is going to put in some work. The card is so good in this, where your whole deck is made up of dragons, and you play some giant dragon and it just dies. It's pretty crazy. So, what a good series, going to 5 games.
Oh yeah. Freezing trap played out. Mike, unfortunately, does not have a play here.
No, yeah, I mean, he can develop some tempo, but this, not only is he looking at, play a big minion, it's going to get destroyed by the poison, but it's a big tempo loss with the freezing trap.
Mm-hmm. Mike does run penance. If you can draw that, it would get rid of it, but unfortunately...
Yeah, so I imagine SwarmTides just goes face here, right? He's got...
Yeah, because there's no reason not to. Unless he's really afraid to kill... Like, because that evasive will just go back because of the freezing trap.
Right,
so.
right.
Oh, he's gonna use the Rottennest, keep the freezing trap a secret. No pun intended.
Wow.
Just for tempo.
This is rough. I mean, I think SwarmTides has to revert to a Smork here. Well, he's just gonna push everything face, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he plays the weapon and the hero power, and just starts going face with everything. Because
why not?
Well, he needs to put Mike on a clock against a control class like Priest. Like, he is not going to be winning a long game here.
He opts to take the one trade with the poison minion.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That feels bad. 8 mana, Mike's going to have to wait 2 turns to play that again. But he has another one, so... But this is a lot of damage coming face now. This is 11 damage.
Yeah, Mike's got the penance, but it's just not enough. It won't kill anything. I think he's unfortunately, I think he's in trouble here.
He can get the taunt up in penance.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna make a trade here. And not enough.
Oh, it's over. It is over.
Very fast for a series like this. Turn 7 lethal is pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah.
And SwarmTides takes it.
Wow, good games by both of these guys here. SwarmTide gets the victory. Wow, good match, you guys. I'm gonna see if they're interested in chatting at all.
Sounds good.
Hey guys.
Hey, good games. Wow, good games, you guys. That was pretty incredible. Anytime, I've been watching these matches all week, and what I've seen a lot of so far is that if you start out with a super heavy hitter deck, people will go 3-0, and it matches over real quick because of the format. And so having a match go to 5 games is incredible. Just really great plays from both of you guys. So
pretty much my style. I've never been 3-0 by anybody I've ever played against. So I was making sure I at least get 1 win. Oh no, I'm not trash talking. I mean for real, because it's like a pride thing. I played card games for over 20 years. There's no way I'm getting 3-0 swept by anybody. No way. I will drag out at least 1 match to get a win. So coming into this, I was like, there's one deck I know that can sneak in a win. And it did. The Shaman deck.
I was very impressed with that.
I didn't think anybody would expect the trash. What is it? Even Dragonsmith card that lets you get the evolve weapon and then some some devolve, some hex. I just want to get a cheese win there, and I'm glad I got it.
Dude,
but, that was a great game 5, SwarmTides. That was awesome. Yeah, you win.
For sure.
You should talk. I'll shut up. I lost.
Oh man, good games. Yeah, what Nate was saying about what decks you start off with. Like for me, last Hero Standing, I'm not really familiar with this, but I figure it's good to start off with a high roll deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with Combo Priest, but had the Topsy-Turvy come a couple turns too late.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know my guy was about to turn into a frog every time.
Dude, you watch the replay. Watch the replay later. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow. Okay. But like, we're sitting here looking at your hand, and when we saw Mike's deck early on, we're like, "What is this shaman? I have no idea what I'm looking at here." Like, all I see is random dragons, and it was like these spells.
Like every deck.
These are all control spells. They're like it's healing spells, and between double devolve and double frog, like that's rough, man. And we kept seeing, you get this giant minion hide behind the taunt, like, oh man, this is the perfect setup. And like you had the whole combo, but not the topsy-turvy. Like, when's it coming? And then Mike top decks the frog. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
It was, oh man.
Wow.
And some emotional games here.
And then you drew the topsy-turvy after.
Oh yeah, when we saw you draw it, like, what is it, 2 turns late, or and it was like, oh man, wow. But I was impressed. These are really good games, you guys.
Yeah, that was fun. I was really excited for that shaman deck. I spent
yeah.
like 3 hours making that, and I was like, this card is for this, and this is for that. No, take that. I literally spent 3 hours making that deck. So like, this deck, it doesn't have to get a win, but I was like, for my spirit and the fucking time I spent, I'm like, it better get one win.
You got it, and man. I mean, game 1, yeah. Like,
awesome.
Evolve is so good in this format against all the dragons, but it was good for me getting that Warsong Commander.
You know what?
Commander.
You know what's funny? Real quick, as the loser, you played not hexproof. You played dragons that are not targetable. And then I was like, all right, that's gonna stay. Wait a second, why did I just rush? I'm like, where's the broomstick? I'm like, wait, why are these rushing? And then I'm like, hold on a second, I freaking look at the thing, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing got buffed in the last update. Dude. And I'm like, why did it change into that? I'm like, I'm gonna get wiped out, bro.
Nobody's played that card in like 5 years or something, and so seeing it come down, and like Hyder and I had the same response, like, why do those have rush?
Yeah,
and like it took us a minute.
I was hovering over Air Raid. I'm like, Air Raid doesn't give your Silverhand recruits rush. What is going on?
Like, yeah,
and then looked over the Warsong Commander and read the text. Oh no way!
Better than before.
Wow,
that was awesome, man. Yo, I play in these tournaments to have fun, to express the creativity and deck building ideas. If I get wins, it's cool. If I lose, it's all good. I'm not salty. I'm not trying to take away from SwarmTides' great victory here. That was an awesome Game 5 series. Props to you, sir. Cool decks. And yeah, so as the winner, what was your favorite deck that you played?
I think the Hunter was pretty good. I had that one in my back pocket the whole time. Reminds me a little bit of Jund from Magic, right? Trying to get those 2-for-1s. The Rottnest Drake. It's a pretty powerful ability. Okay. With the monocost of the dragons, when you can only play 1 a turn, getting hit by that destroy a random is just going to keep you off the board.
Yeah, the coin Rottnest was definitely the aggressive play, and then just send everything face. I really like that. Putting Mike on a clock. Definitely. Here you go. I'm just going to keep swinging face. You made 1 trade, I think, and everything else went face that whole game.
Yeah.
And the trade was just to preserve your bigger minion, so it was good.
That's the Tarmogoyf right there.
Yeah, that was cool. Yo, I had a great time tonight. I gotta let my girlfriend back in the bedroom. It's almost 1 a.m. Thank you for the Game 5. Thank you, Hydra and Nate, for casting that.
Yeah.
Hope it wasn't too boring on my side.
Oh, no way, man. We had a lot of fun.
Spicy.
You had some clutch plays too, man.
Oh yeah, there was a couple plays where we were
hex,
impressed.
I tried to taunt myself. I tried to protect myself, but the hex didn't work.
You hexed your own guy. The desperation hex, we call that one.
I was like, all All right, guys. I had fun.
Yeah, thanks for the games. Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for the whole tournament, guys.
Absolutely.
Really
Hey,
awesome to get back in.
have a great night. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll see you next week.